everyone, welcome to the channel Unknown Physicist. Today I am here going to deal with some of the basic concepts of quantum mechanics. Before knowing what is quantum mechanics, let's get to know how quantum mechanics evolved. So, at the end of 19th century, physics born with the following branches. The first is mechanics, dynamics of motion, and the second is electromagnetic theory, nature of radiation, and the third one is thermodynamics, introduction between matter of radiation. So, these three branches together were called as classical physics. So, classical physics has two major drawbacks so that it couldn't explain the following properties. First one is relativistic behavior and the second is microscopic behavior. So, the microscopic behavior. Classical physics couldn't explain the following phenomena. The first is black body radiation, photoelectric effect, Compton effect and hydrogen atom. So, let's see the differences between photoelectric effect and Compton effect. The photoelectric effect, it is the ejection of an electron from the metal surface when a photon of suitable frequency falls on it. And the next one is Compton effect. Here, when a photon of energy h nu strikes a free electron, the particle which is at rest gets recoiled and the wave which is in motion gets scattered. The minimum energy required to eject an electron is called work function, which is represented by the sign phi in photoelectric effect. Photoelectric effect proves the particle nature of light and Compton effect proves the wave nature of light. And in photoelectric effect, the electron is bounded, and here in the Compton effect, the electron is a free particle. So, these were the microscopic behavior of a particle. Next is the relativistic behavior. In the relativistic behavior, when a particle with mass m0 moves with a velocity approximately or equal to the velocity of light, its mass appears to increase and the length contracts. So, particle here m is equal to gamma m0 and E is equal to gamma E0. Particle is of relativistic particle where the kinetic energy is greater than or equal to E0 and non-relativistic kinetic energy is less than or equal to E0. So, E0 is the rest mass energy. When a particle is at rest, it has some amount of energy which is called rest mass energy. When a particle's kinetic energy is greater than or equal to rest mass energy, then the particle becomes relativistic particle. Here, the particle is of two types. So, the first is free particle. In free particle, there is no mutual interaction with the other particle. So, its potential energy is zero. So, total energy is given by potential energy plus kinetic energy. So, potential energy is 0, total energy will be equal to kinetic energy, where kinetic energy is half mv square, which can be written as p square by 2m. So, energy will be equal to p square by 2m. We know p is equal to mass into velocity. Next, in the case of bound particle, here the potential energy is not equal to 0 since there is interaction with other particle. So, the total energy will be equal to potential energy plus kinetic energy. Now, the energy will be equal to p square by 2m plus potential energy. Here in the case of free particle, it can carry any amount of energy from 0 to infinity. In the case of bound particle, it cannot have any amount of energy. So, the energy spectrum is continuous in free particle and in the bound particle, the energy spectrum is discontinuous. In the case of free particle, it has more space available for its motion. But in the case of bound particle, it has less space which is comparable to its dimension. So, the particle is treated as non-relativistic particle and relativistic particle. In non-relativistic particle, the speed is very much less than the speed of light. In relativistic, the speed is approximately equal to the speed of light. In relativistic particle, here its mass is m0 which approximately moves with the velocity of light. We know that gamma is equal to 1 by under root 1 minus v square by c square. Now, mass is equal to gamma times the rest mass. So, now I am multiplying by c square on both sides. So, we get mc square is equal to gamma m0 c square. We know E is equal to mc square and E0 is equal to m0 c square. So, E will be equal to gamma times E0, where E0 is the rest mass energy. As I said, E is equal to under root p square c square plus m0 square c power 4. So here m naught square c power 4 can be written as E naught square. So E will be equal to under root P square C square plus E naught square. For a photon, its rest energy would be E naught will be equal to 0. So energy will be equal to Pc. So here I am going to do a trick which will be useful for you. Now we know gamma is equal to 1 by under root 1 minus v square by c square. So our aim here is to find v if the gamma value is given, or else if gamma value is given, to find v. So here I am taking an example where v is equal to 12 by 13c. Now we have to find gamma. This example I am doing with the usual formula. Gamma is equal to 1 by under root 1 minus v square by c square. Now I am substituting the value. After doing all these calculations, we will get gamma is equal to 13 by 5, which would approximately take you some 2 minutes. Now the trick applying here is take a right angle triangle. So we know hypotenuse and the other two sides as S1 and S2. So gamma is equal to hypotenuse by S1 and velocity V will be equal to side 2, which is other side, by hypotenuse into C. Your side 1 and side 2 can be of your wish. Now remember, gamma should be always greater than 1. So gamma is equal to 5 by 4. What is velocity? So apply the trick over here. We know gamma is equal to hypotenuse by S1. That is, I am taking any one of the side. So my hypotenuse is 5 and the other side is 4. By applying the Pythagoras theorem, we get under root 25 minus 16, which is root 9, which is equal to 3. So now the velocity formula is S2 by hypotenuse into C. So my the other side in this case is 3. So it's 3 by 5 into C. So it is just a matter of not even 30 seconds. Next example, V is equal to 1 by N into C. So my hypotenuse here is N and this other side is 1. We know gamma is equal to hypotenuse by other side, that is S1. So N by under root N square minus 1. So that's it for the day. I'll be back with some more few interesting theories and problems in quantum mechanics. Bye bye. Have a nice day.